Hi, you guys. It's me, Jupiter's Raven. I wanted to come back on and just do a general reading on the energies taking place right now. I know that we're coming out of the watery, crabby energy of July. Well, June and July. It's been rough for a lot of us. So I wanted to come on and just see what we are moving into in regards to our energies for August, with us coming from water into fire. It's almost us, pretty much being able to project those energies and emotions in a more guided, directed way, instead of just kind of hitting up the people that are from our past in order to be able to express these emotions in a maybe not so healthy way. So yeah, I was trying to push it out to August for the individual zodiac sign readings, but I was just being pushed to come on here and just share with you guys what I've been picking up. I've already pre-shuffled, but I will shuffle on camera as well. I have my tea leaves here. I'm not sure if I want to use those tonight. But while I was shuffling, I did get quite a few messages. I did start with, I know a lot of us are experiencing heartbreak. A lot of deep-rooted situations are being purged, of course, to make room for the new, but of course still the feelings that are being dredged up, the feelings that are coming up. It's almost like experiencing those heartbreaks all over again. Everyone's almost being forced at this point to make a change in their direction. I know a lot of us would feel either we don't know where we're going, but it feels right, or we know that we're headed backwards. Staying stuck in energies that no longer serve us, no longer serve our bigger purposes and the things that we've realized over the past 2 months. I don't know, with all of these things taking place in Cancer, even the North Node, it's automatically going to be our house of comforts. So it's almost would be more comfortable to go ahead and embrace the change, no matter how uncomfortable you feel, because we've held on to these things for so long. Even if it's toxic energy, we've made it ours. We've found comfort in abuse and mistreatment. A lot of people are coming back from your past, like I said. But be wary of the people coming back, because it's almost like in these times, people are moving from a place of fear when they don't have trust in higher self, higher purpose, higher mind. And so it's like they're coming back in order for you guys to remain stuck with each other, to retie that cord, to rebond, reglue the bond that you guys once had, but they feel may not be as strong. So a lot of what's taking place is us almost being presented with a choice of, do you want to move forward, or do you want to kind of wallow in the things that you've already done, which means the lesson was never learned. If there's someone that comes back from your past, I want you to really take the time to think about if you see yourself in this person together for quite some time, not even necessarily a relationship, but if you feel like it's toxic, it's going to play a bigger role than just, oh, this is the person I'm in a relationship with. A lot of things are changing and forming right now and being moved out of the way so that we can have these new beginnings. Of course, with us going into Leo, wow. Of course, with us going into Leo, it's like we're being given the opportunity to take these things to the next level, away from just the idea, Gemini, Cancer, having the feelings behind it, but not really the action to push these things forward and into our futures. We are being asked to define our futures right now. So I really want you guys to take that in mind as you're making decisions. They may not seem as permanent now, but they do have lasting effects a little bit later. Well, a lot. They'll have lasting effects for quite some time. Okay. So I'm just going to go ahead and pick up the current energies with us moving out of Cancer and into Leo season. I want to say happy belated birthday to all of my Cancers that are in the final decan. And happy birthday to all of my first decan, second decan, and third decan Leos, in case I forget to tell you guys when I'm doing the personal readings. Not the personal readings, the individual zodiac sign readings. Yeah, so let's go ahead and get started. Of course, if you haven't already and any of this resonates with you, please feel free to subscribe. Even liking and sharing the videos means a lot to me, so I really appreciate it, you guys. I know a lot of work we've been putting in. For some people, it's like, is this going to pay off? You know, but it's really the energy and the dedication you put into something at this time, which is what will determine that for you. Nothing else. If you're not putting in the work, then don't expect it to be yours. We have the Strength card that popped out. Okay, one more shuffle and then we'll go ahead and get started. Thank you, Spirit and Spirit Guidance, for bringing me this evening to bring the collective energy message for my subscribers, as well as anybody that happens to come by and watch this video. Okay. I'm getting a lot of stiff energy that's almost being shaken up, like not a frantic tower type energy, but really just anything that you've been stuck in, even if you aren't aware of it, even like old thought forms and stuff like that. Anything of that sort is definitely being moved around, shaken up. A lot of planets are in retrograde right now. Oh, a lot of stuff is popping out. Let's just see what we got. Bottom of the deck, we have the Queen of Pentacles, which of course gives you the energy of possibly a feminine earth sign. You guys could be any sign. Drink some tea. Of course, you could be any sign, but really working towards a specific goal right now. Of course, it could be children too, but I want to kind of branch out of just, children. Of course, women are capable of, creating anything that they want. It's the womb space that they hold. It's just really a matter of what do you want to create from your womb. It doesn't always necessarily have to be a physical child. It doesn't have to be something positive. You have to really be mindful of what you take into your body, mind and spirit, regardless of if it's TV, if it's gossip at work. These are things that we as the feminine energy are manifesting on a daily basis. So we're definitely working towards something that is very practical. We've placed our emotions into it. Of course, this can be for the male energy too. We've placed our energy into it. It's almost like a period of sitting back and observing what we've already done, what has all gone into this specific project that we have in mind. I'm definitely seeing that everything isn't roses right now. It could be creating an additional burden, not even necessarily financial, but maybe trying to balance all of these things at once on top of, say, a full-time job or something you already have going on. But you're finding the strength to incorporate these things into your already day-to-day life, day-to-day activities. Maybe even adding like a gym routine right before you go to work, whereas you just sit there and kind of watch cartoons and eat cereal before. So it could be something small, it could be something a lot larger, but there is definitely a transformation taking place. I'm going to say it is with my feminine and masculine energies right now. But having the will to continue doing something that you know is difficult at this very moment, but that it would be worth it a lot later. You just have to keep pushing forward, okay? Again, I'm already seeing, okay, it's automatically going into a romantic situation. I try to stay away from the romantic all the time, you guys, but I am seeing a relationship here with the Two of Cups, okay? Something we're feeling bound to. It could be someone that you've been with for quite a while. I'm getting 8 to 10 years. Someone you've been with for a while. But now all of a sudden, it's like you're getting all these bursts of inspirations, ideas, things that you've held on to since you were a child. And now it's like, why haven't I done these things? And I'm not going to say that this relationship is standing in the way of these things, but more so for so long you have poured yourself into this valuable relationship that you forgot to put the things that were important to you in the forefront. So I'm not going to say this person is holding you back from creating this abundance that you have in mind, but rather what they represent is a comfort of being content in what has already been completed, being content in what has already been done. It's like you could have, raised your family and now you're older and it's like, wow, I never really went back to school. So, this isn't your spouse or partner's fault. This is really no one's fault. Let me not say it like that, but at this point, you're almost viewing it as, I haven't done these things because I've been so wrapped up in taking care of this. I've been so wrapped up in working to save for this. I've been so, distracted in our relationship that I forgot to think about the things that would make me feel complete when we're older, when the kids are gone, when I've retired. Some of you could be retirement, but you are viewing this person as you're putting all this burden on one person as if they're the fault of it all. But really, I feel like this energy should be turned within. And instead of blaming and pointing fingers, it's rather just kind of taking the bull by the horns and starting to redirect that energy in a different space. But going back to what I was saying, you're almost feeling as if this person has trapped you purposely in order to keep you distracted from your dreams, your goals, your aspirations. But this relationship is turned upright. So there's things that needed to be learned between the two of you as well. Things that have needed to occur in order for you to realize that you have been complacent with your energy. You've carried a lot of burdens with this person. You guys have gone through a lot of things together, which has made your relationship stronger. But in other areas, it's made you, and I use this word loosely, it's made you weak. And instead of communicating this to this person, you feel almost as if you would rather just escape a situation. If you've done this in the past, I would advise not to do that. All of us are being called right now to handle things in a different way from what we usually have, especially if these opportunities are coming up for you. I'm not saying go looking for the fight or looking to, have the outcome that you want. But if it's coming up for you, it's because it's needing to be dealt with in a different way. But I'm feeling like you are looking out on the horizon. You're thinking about everything that you've accumulated in this relationship. Everything you've done to create a balance with this person. I'm getting it could be your husband or someone you just have a lot of respect for. Excuse me. You've built these things, you've accumulated these things, but now you're wanting more. It's like, I want to push myself further than I've been doing. This could involve an earth sign, of course. I'm getting a lot of earth and air. Not too many cup cards, so I'm gonna just assume that you guys, like I said before, have been together for quite some time. So it's like accumulated love, but there's no fresh water being poured on this relationship. It's kind of like riding the wave with what you have, but neither person is really communicating that you want more for the relationship. Rather, ideas are spinning individually for the both of you. I'm trying to figure out why you feel like you can't communicate this to this person, but instead you'd rather kind of just, I'm getting like packing away like money, or, you know, making plans to, you know, start certain things, but not really sharing it with each other. I am picking that up here. There could have been deception in the past, leaving one of you feeling stuck. But even with these butterflies on either side, it's like both of you guys bring something vital to the partnership, but each of you are evolving separately from each other. Which, I mean, is not a bad thing, because it's like you're supposed to have something to bring to the table in relationships. It's not always, can this person fill my holes? That's when it becomes unhealthy. That's when it becomes toxic, okay? I have to sneeze. Excuse me, guys. Thank you. There was Hierophant on the bottom of the deck. So I'm just gonna grab my Nine of Cups. We're thinking about our future, the things that we want, what brings personal fulfillment, okay? And if you're not personally fulfilled, even you trying to recreate something with someone that you care about deeply, it's not gonna really be fulfilling on the level that you are longing for. I have my answer deck here. I'm just going to get more clarity on the situation. Clarity on the Strength card, please. On the Strength card. I'm getting coming out of confusion and regret from past mistakes, finding the strength to communicate, and I'm getting this weird runner energy. Having the will to stay and fight for the things that you believe in, having the will to stand up for what you believe in. That's what it is. Okay, this past confusion / mistakes that have been made has created an additional burden. I'm not really getting on a financial level, but rather having to prove yourself to someone and there not really being any acknowledgement of that. Acknowledgement of the things that you have done to transform yourself in order to be better for this person. 10 of Wands with 7 of Swords, please. 7 of Swords. You have scandal. So yeah, things have definitely taken place in the past. The 10 of Wands, I have challenges. It's like a huge mountain. This person's standing on top. But even though there has been challenges, I'm seeing this person already at the top. I mean, there's clouds, but it looks like the clouds are clearing. You're able to see things from a different perspective now, instead of being blocked by this wall and all the shit on your back. It's like, I'm dropping all of that shit. I don't want to live from the guilt that I've placed on myself, the guilt that you've placed on me. I don't want to be in this energy anymore. I don't want to live in this energy of having to prove myself to someone outside of me. When we ask for forgiveness, we don't ask for forgiveness so the other person feels better. We do it so that we can release and let go And I'm just getting this kind of like a self-forgiveness type energy over mistakes, stagnancy, lies, just being difficult for no reason. I don't know if this is you or the other person. On top of the Seven of Swords, I'm getting someone is wanting to move on from the situation. Okay, he has what he can get, what he can fit in his hands, and he's wanting to move away from this relationship, this partnership, this union. But you feel your intuition telling you to do it. But are you going about it in the correct way? Instead of just breaking this person's heart, removing yourself, packing up everything and just not being there the next day, I'm getting that these things need to be communicated. So that might be something that you haven't done in the past, something that hasn't been done before. If you feel deeply in a relationship, even a business partnership, I am getting that too. If you respect that person enough, you'll communicate these things. It doesn't matter if you're not an air sign or if you're just not that good at, expressing how you feel. It comes down to a matter of respect for yourself and respect for the time that you and this person have put into a situation together. Instead of, it's like I'm getting escape or just stay and deal with it, and you can't ignore the obvious anymore. Okay, definitely communication. There's a lack of that going on right now. This person is just waiting, getting the masculine energy, and it could be a female as well. It's just kind of waiting. They feel that something is wrong, something is different, something is up. But I think they'd rather go within themselves and just kind of start answering questions themselves instead of really breaking down this communication with you and you two coming to an understanding together. It's like, I will stay where I am until you tell me otherwise. So it's willingly staying in a situation, not even trapped. You're not trapped. It's wanting to stay out of contentment, waiting for truth. I have frustration that fell out and judgment, us needing to make two different decisions, which I said here regarding this relationship or business partnership. You definitely are being asked to remove yourself, but then there's again this guilt around the time and effort that has been put into something. This person means a lot to you. I'm getting it's a very frustrating situation. You don't know what to choose at this moment. Got diligence, hope, the Lovers, and generosity on top of the Three of Wands with the Six of Pentacles. Getting, of course, this could be, you wanting to just kind of stay put. This is for some of you, staying put where you are and going forward with a marriage or a merger. Again, just remember what I told you guys in the beginning of the video. People you maybe haven't even talked to in a long time. You could have been in a relationship with this person, and then they have this renewed, regenerated sense of wanting more from you, wanting more from a relationship with you. And it could seem like it's all out of the blue, but no, these things are coming up so that decisions can be made. Is this person going with you where you're going? Are you going to get your shit done that you want to get done if this person is with you, if this person comes with you? Are you just going to let go of the things that you have hopes for, have dreams in regards to, in order to have a relationship? I mean, there's lots of different relationships that you can have. So I'm going to assume that this one may be like sexual relationship, a marriage, okay? Something you can't just walk away from. You guys have things together. I'm getting whoever has this dream, this notion, which I'm going to assume both of you do. There's diligence going towards that, but as well as trying to balance this situation, balance this person with your ambitions, the things that you're wanting right now. You're having hope that things do work out, but I don't see you really putting in the effort to mess it up worse or to make it better in regards to this relationship. This person, the masculine energy over here, is just wanting some type of reciprocity, some type of give and take. And I'm getting confliction at the moment on what it is that you're gonna do. Okay. I am getting the vibe to pull from the tea leaf advice on this. Let's go ahead and do it. I have 3 piles, of course. Just kind of move them up forward. Okay, so I'm automatically feeling I'm feeling this person, if you decide to stay and work this out with this person, or if you decide to remove yourself from the situation, we're going to do an outcome. I'm going to go ahead and merge this 3rd deck, so we just have 2. Okay. This is the final outcome. If the decision is made to, well, that was not good. The decision is made to stay and work things out with this person. Final outcome. If you decide to stay and work things out with this person. We have 3 cards that came up. And then at the bottom it says, an emotionally secure, loving family is very important to you. Okay, so that's you wanting to stay and work it out with this person. It's comfort. You feel emotionally, physically, mentally secure to some level, but I feel like something's missing. So it's either you're physically stable, but emotionally it's not there, or you guys connect on an emotional level, but you know, you guys are broke together. It's one of those. But this is, again, this is comfort for you. This is finding comfort out of situations that could be better, but it's like you have found contentment and settlement. Okay. I have the Weeping Willow, which is sorrow. And of course, this is just, you know, if you decide to put the things that are beckoning you off to the side in order to remain with the status quo. Okay. I have temporary situation. I don't know if you guys can see that. And then I have moon, changes in your life. Ooh, okay. So, I mean, automatically, you guys can see the cards as well. Change is going to take place regardless of if you are the one to make that change or not. I feel right now you're being given the opportunity to make changes for yourself, so that, everyone doesn't always appreciate the tower moment when things are just shaken up and you just kind of dust yourself off and see if you have any broken bones. Everybody doesn't like the shock value in life. So we are always given the opportunity to make the decision ourselves in the beginning. And then when we choose to do sameness, that's when things are snatched from us in order to make room, because we didn't have the balls to do it ourselves. You may think that the situation if you put off what you're being called to do, you may think that this situation has the ability to withstand because you've been withstanding so much for so many years. But at some point, we have to acknowledge that it's not about our time. It's about the universe's time and what they have planned for us. And we can go kicking and screaming, or we can just get on the bus, okay? So you may feel like if you continue to do things the way you've been doing them, that eventually things will just mellow out like they have in the past. But I'm feeling strongly that no, it won't. If this is what security is to you, but you're wanting more, then we have to take this from you. Because this is not what security really is. You know, this is your distorted vision of what security is. With there being family sorrow, I mean, again, we've already talked about children establishing a foundation together. So I feel like something is coming in to kind of remove everything you have seen as stable, you know? So even though you have a foundation together, is it built on solid ground? It's a good question to ask. Is there any more messages for if we decide to stay within this relationship? Is there any more messages that need to come through? Getting there's a lot of tension in your relationship right now. A lack of trust and what's going to happen next. And then someone is working against you behind your back. So be wary of the people that you're trusting right now. I'm going to automatically assume it's your partner, because who the hell else are we talking about right now? I mean, of course, it could be family. It could be friends. It could be someone you trust at work, someone that you work closely with. But again, it reflects back to relationships. Okay. I have dagger, fear, worries, and intense situations on top of the rat. In between this temporary tense situation where I'm getting 2 moons. So there's things that aren't fully illuminated at this time, almost like we're keeping ourselves stuck or in our own bubble outside of knowing everything that's fully taking place around us. Okay, but these things will be coming to light, which is a little scary because I don't like when things just come to light and you walking around like you have this, you got this, you know what's going on, and then boom, shit comes up and you're in shock, okay? This is going to deeply affect a family situation. I'm definitely getting backstabbed, communications going on behind the scenes. People that you may think don't get along actually do. It's going to cause a lot of sorrow, but in the end, you will appreciate the situation taking place. Okay, so I want you to be strong and be aware of the people that you have around you, for sure. If you feel spirit, if you feel your intuition telling you to get your ass up and move, then I highly advise that you do that. Okay, stop. I'm also getting, if there's so many clouds around, some of us may smoke to suppress the things that we're trying to ignore. Some of us cover that up with alcohol. That's fine too. But don't put your head in the sand right now. Things are happening so fast. You might feel displaced by the time these transits are over. Okay. Let's do the advice for the people that are deciding to move forward in their passions and the things they know to be true. We have the career card. I have May. Oh. Gosh, there's so many cards flipped over, you guys. I'm just going to put them back in and see what comes out, okay? Any more messages for those of us that are deciding to move forward in our passions and the things that we are being called to do? And then I have carriage at the bottom. It says a journey, either physical or mental, is taking place. A lot of us are ascending right now. So that is definitely valid, especially for me. So here we go. So we have the career in May card. So a lot of us, this could be recent past where we've started some projects this past spring. Moving into summer regarding our career, we could have put ourselves on a platform to be noticed at our jobs and careers, talents that people weren't aware that we were capable of doing. Oh my gosh. Or you could be thinking about doing a career change. But I wouldn't really advise just kind of rushing into a career that is extremely off the beaten path. I know, some of us do the 9-to-5 thing, but really think about what your gifts and talents are before you just make the next career shift. Of course, this could be affecting us next May for 2020, where some things are really able to get off the ground, things that we have initiated for July and August. So keep that in mind too. It says there is great worry over nothing. So we are definitely in our emotions about something. It could be the relationship we were just talking about, or having just fears and doubts on if we're capable of really accomplishing the things that are coming up for us, the things that we've been wanting to do for a long time. Really, the first step is just jumping out there. Instead of wallowing in your emotions of doubt and fear, I would suggest get in the boat and float on top of it. Because I have the boat card here. It says money or property through an inheritance, winning, or windfall. And for some reason, August does. I always feel August with this card. What is the opposite of May? That would be November. Scorpio. Getting Scorpio season. We have to let go of what we're fearing so that we don't self-sabotage our deep wants. I'm literally seeing like a wishing well. Just imagine a huge wishing well and everybody standing around it. And some people knew they were going to the wishing well and they brought pennies and coins to drop in it. And some people came empty-handed. It's okay if you came empty-handed, because it's almost like it's the emptiness is what Spirit looks for. They look for the person that is open and willing to be filled back up after loss, and not so much the person that has everything already, that has the coin. I'm thinking Six of Pentacles, but in the more traditional Rider-Waite deck. I don't know where I'm going with this, you guys, but I just keep getting the wishing well. Move your fears and doubts out of the way so that your hand is open when the abundance starts flowing in. I hope that makes sense. It's definitely in regards to a career change. I'm not getting a traditional job. I'm getting like freelance work, starting a website, maybe even a channel. A lot. There's so many different creators out there, so many talents. People know how to do so many different things, but they just kind of hold back because they're scared. But right now you're being called to put out what you have into the world, into the universe, so that everyone can have a taste. It sounds so crazy, but yes, okay. I hope this was of help to you guys. It got very specific. And I was trying to keep it general, but it was just like, no, this is something that a lot of people are going through at once, so it needs to be spoken about. So I agree. That's what came out. Of course, if it resonated with you, feel free to let me know in the comments below. If this didn't resonate with you, I mean, you can always come back for another one. There's lots of people, very talented people out there as well. So yes, I will be back with the August readings, but until then, I will see you guys a little bit later. I hope you have a great evening and an awesome weekend as well. I know that's coming up. And